I was up until 4 o'clock this morning.
Thinking about that mirror?
Yeah.
Boy, where's your stealing this GoPro?
Hey everybody, it's Gladys back here once again, and with me as always are Cryptic Panther
Hey, everybody.
and Doing Work.
Happening.
And we are back once again with our new format for the podcast to talk about Battlefield and other big gaming news, including the reveal of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Battlefield as usual. Panther, take it away.
All right. So the custom game mode I'm talking about is called Back to Basics. They introduced it as I guess, kind of like a temporary game mode, kind of like at the end of the fog or whatever was released a little while ago. But I guess the community feedback, they decided to make it a permanent custom game mode. And if you haven't played it yet, you don't have any tanks, no planes. There's no, like your primary weapon is a bolt action sniper rifle. Well, except for the Martini's not bolt action, but it's a single fire. There's no scopes. It's all iron sights. So whatever class you pick, you have the choice of one primary weapon, and that weapon is country specific. So in other words, you're playing as the British, it's the SMLE. If you're playing as like the Ottomans, it's the Martini. I think I can't remember. But yeah, there's no shotguns, no SMGs, no LMGs. You have all your gadgets. So if you're playing as support, you have limpet charges. You're playing as assault, you have your rocket guns and dynamite, etc. There are motorcycles, there's horses, little transport cars, and the armored cars, but there's no tanks, no planes. There's still the behemoth, though, which I think they could have left out. I think they could have said, no behemoth.
Yeah. Let's take away all your weapons, but leave the super weapon.
Well, I mean, you still have your gadgets, so you can still dynamite it and put landmines down and dynamite. You can still have all those, but you just don't have tanks. So I kind of think they could have said no to the behemoth as well. But I haven't found them, like, in the few matches I did play, I didn't find them to be that big of a game changer, which normally I don't anyways. So one thing I liked about it is the fact that the armored car is actually really fucking useful, because with no tanks, you are like the armored car is king. But unless your driver's stupid and drives into a flag full of support players with limpet charges, that happened to me yesterday. Whoever that random fellow on PlayStation was, go fuck yourself. So you only have the primary weapon, and everybody has this, basically the same gun to a point. I mean, there are little variances between like your distances for when it kills and stuff, but there's no, run around a corner and run into a guy with the shotgun or with the automatico. So your engagements are different. It's bolt action. I thought I was gonna hate it, thinking, well, fuck, I hate bolt actions. I suck at sniping, but you're not sniping. You're running around. You're doing a lot of switching to your secondary weapon, because your pistols are still all selectable. Like the only limitation is armor, planes, and primary weapon. So, and I think for anyone that's struggling to rank up the scout class, there's a way to do it, because you can play a scout and you don't have to worry about everyone you meet in a close quarters area is not going to be running a shotgun or running an SMG. So if you're looking to rank up your scout class, I think that's something that might help.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Work, what about you?
I have only played one round of it. It was yesterday with Panther and Wixie on a European server, so that may have contributed a bit to my overall feeling about it. But I think we were Germans. We had the Guavier, and I hate the iron sights on that thing. It's got these little, like, I don't know, I want to say like bat wing things, but the rear sight aperture has these like little tabs. And if you're pointing at someone that's any kind of distance away and they move to the left or the right, you kind of lose sight of them. So I have to pull the gun down and like reacquire and then pull it back up, and it's a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
And, all I noticed yesterday was I shot many people, and then like I wasn't getting hit markers. I wasn't getting any kind of indication that I had hit them at all. But that could have been partially due to the European server. I ain't real sure.
Probably.
I'll need more time with it to have a more fleshed out opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those iron sights either. I find that the the bat wings are left and right. They're so fucking big. I kept mistaking them for the goddamn iron sight. I didn't like that at all. I was just like kind of like, damn, like it's just annoying as shit. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I had some issues with hit markers too on that server. But
Yeah,
I played
it was
on.
strange.
I played
It
on.
wasn't. It
Yeah.
was like 10, 15 feet away, center mass, like really clean shot. I mean, even my son was walking by, and he would, he'll always glance at the screen, and I could hear him going, "Wow, really? You didn't hit that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right?" It's just very
Yeah.
strange.
I had a couple of those instances, and what I think I found frustrating at first was when you're close quarters and you hit someone dead center. Well, that's not within the sweet spot. You're too close. You weren't getting the one hit kills. I found that frustrating at the start. To get
Yeah.
used to that, realizing that you're thinking I'm going to shoot dude square in the chest, he should be dead, but he still has like fucking 40 health left or whatever because it's not a one hit kill at that distance. So it's to learn the sweet spot in that weapon and to know okay, as soon as I shoot this guy, automatically you got to switch to your pistol. So I mean, if you're looking for pistol kills and to rank up your scout class, I think this is and if you hate tanks and planes.
Yeah, I actually found myself using my pistol as a primary when I was on flags.
Yeah.
Because it's just more lethal at those ranges.
Time to kill is shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the auto revolver is just answer that I think is so nasty.
Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten a chance to play the game mode yet. I've been super busy, but it sounds like it's fun. I love the idea playing like closer to kind of a true to life historical battle from World War One. So, I mean, everything that I've seen and heard about it sounds cool. Do we know if this is going to be? And I think Panther, you just mentioned it, but is it going to be actually a permanent game mode that we can play?
If you go into the server browser under custom game modes, it's there now. They've added it as a
but is it going to stick for good?
Yeah, it's not like the Into the Fog or it's not rotating out. They've decided to leave it. Yeah,
cool.
Like I was thinking, like the people were gonna some people were gonna like it. Majority were just gonna play it once or twice and say fuck it because I can't use my shotgun, I can't use my automatic, I can't. And I kind of thought that too, but it levels the playing field a little bit. I mean, people that are really good with those guns are going to be good anyways, but I mean, it takes away the scopes. It takes away your camping snipers. No one's going to camp 1,000 meters off the damn flag whenever they've got a scope, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, that's what I think that I liked about it is the fact that you won't have to worry about a tank rolling around the corner on you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, there's big advantages to people that, want to got that experience that don't care. They don't get to use the automatic or the A10 or whatever. They can go play regular Conquest later. So I like it. I'm definitely going to want to play it some more.
What I think would be really fun is to combine this game mode with hardcore. I think that getting those one-shot kills with this would be fantastic. Because honestly, most of these sniper rifles, shooting someone in the chest within 30 or 40 meters and not killing them feels like complete horseshit. So I would love, to be able to one-shot and even as frustrating as it would be to get one-shotted, but it would still feel, like I said, more of like a realistic, true-to-life type of game mode, and closer to more of a war simulation such as Verdun. So I like the idea of it. I hope that there's some companion way to put in hardcore with this, and hopefully when the custom servers get tweaked and all that stuff, we'll be able to set that up because it sounds like fun.
Oh, for sure. I definitely, like I said, I don't normally play hardcore, but that might be a way to get me over to the hardcore servers.
Yeah. So we'll move on to stuff that still needs to be addressed. We only have a handful of these, so I'm just going to read them, and if we want to talk about them briefly, we can do that.
Sure.
So gas grenades need to be nerfed. Either the effective range of them or the amount that can be carried. I think we all agree on this. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're
having two,
cancer,
and they replenish so quickly if you're sitting on an ammo box that it's just nade spam. I think nade spam in this game is probably worse than any other Battlefield that I played.
Well, except for lockers and that's nothing.
Yeah, but we have I don't know, gas grenades kind of they really really put a wrench into your playing game, your style. I don't know.
And we'll go back a little bit on to back to basics. Think about it. You can't ADS with the bolt action sniper rifle. So if you throw gas down, You put your mask on, have fun hip firing everybody with a bolt action.
Yeah.
So that's another fucking problem with them. I mean, I understand they're designed to do that limitation and stuff like that, but it blows.
Yep. Another one thing that needs to be addressed is the revive glitch where you can't shoot. This has been a fucking problem since day one. We've had multiple patches.
You
Can't
talk about
believe it hasn't
when
been
you get
fixed.
rezzed and your gun's just like pointed out like you have fucking Down syndrome and you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stupid. And all you have to do is switch weapons to fix it. But it's like, really, guys, come on.
Yeah, and I mean it's not every time. So it's every time you get revived, you just have automatically fucking switch to your secondary and back to make sure, and that'll get you killed.
Yeah, yes, because you know we love Rambo rezzes.
And I mean, I've had that a few times, that the stiff armed, but I've had it too where the gun fucking shakes in your hand or whatever, shit right in your screen, so looks like you maybe get a little bit too much mustard gas and you're having a fucking spasm, and you die, you get revived, and it's the mustard gas effect, and your fucking dude's got Tourette's or some shit. It's like, come on, man, you revived me. And well, I mean, I'm gonna add this. It's not in the list, but reviving needs to be put it back to Battlefield 4. No skip. And yes or no on the revive?
I don't know. It's not that much of a big point for me, honestly. I don't really find myself getting angry or frustrated at the revive system now. I mean, I don't know. It seems not terrible, at least to me.
Well, if you play medic, and every time you go to revive somebody, they're fucking skipping it, and they still have to sit in the damn, the spawn screen. It doesn't get you back into the game any faster. So, like I said, I just wish they. I mean, I understand them trying to change stuff, and I don't hate them for changing it, but to me, it's like, well, you're better off to switch it back to the BF4 ways. Because I mean, this way here, you can't deny a revive. If you are getting revived, and I've been revived, meleeed a few times, and revived with a tank aiming at me, it's like, well, I can't. If I don't skip it, I'm screwed, right? There's no way to me say, no, I'm not going to fucking take it. I'm going to leave. So that's kind of like the way I look at it. But
it's such a small quality of life thing that it would make things just better if that didn't happen.
But I mean, if they don't change it,
they don't change
it. I mean, the other things that are mentioned there are to me are bigger issues than the revive thing. But it's more of just a pain in the ass, I guess.
Okay. So another one is the spawn system, kind of in general, spawning on dead players, spawning after somebody's died.
Oh my gosh.
Another thing that's been in there since day one, and kind of inexplicably has not been fixed.
It doesn't feel like it's gotten any better or worse. It's just fucked up.
And I mean, there's some of them where, as you're killing the guy spawns. Well, that's gonna happen, but it shouldn't if he's under fire. It shouldn't allow the person to spawn.
I mean, I've seen it where you shoot somebody in the back and they're on the ground for a second, 2 seconds, and I see somebody spawn. I'm like, man, I almost don't even want to shoot this. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna kill him, but I mean, still, I feel bad for the guy, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the thing. It's the thing. I've seen some clips, and I mean, I've had an experience where I killed a guy, and then the guy fucking spawned right, and I get murdered because the guy had a shotgun, one hit kill, at that point blank.
Especially if you're chasing somebody down and they spawn behind you because you were running after someone.
Yeah. And I was playing Back to Basics on Sinai, and I had this happen in the beta. Was when you're running towards B flag from Charlie, instead of going down the alleyway, you go out around the far way around the cliff to come in from I had 2 guys spawn directly in front of me, directly. I'm thinking if I had a shotgun, I would have killed the 2 of them, but unfortunately the guy turned around with his pistol out and dropped me before I got a chance to kill either one of them. Because I didn't want to hit kill with the bolt action at that range, or it was too close. But the spawn system shouldn't allow an enemy, even though they're spawning on the flag, to spawn within fucking 4 meters of me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole thing. And don't get me started on spawning on one flag and getting spawned halfway to another fucking flag.
Oh my
that
gosh.
is some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because they clearly thought, of spawning on a flag, they needed to give a balance to it, so where you can't spawn on a flag that's being contested and spawn directly on it. Number one, that's bad for the enemy trying to take it. It doesn't feel fair to them. And for you to spawn directly on there in the middle of the action wouldn't be fair to you because you just get lit up as soon as you got in there.
Oh,
So I understand that. Like, they clearly built it as a safety net of like, okay, this is going to give both of them a little bit of balance. But the rest of the spawns, like spawning on a squad leader or on a vehicle even or something like that, spawning on a squad mate, yeah, it's just fucked, man.
but I'm talking even though like I'm spawn like well I'll talk for instance was playing on yeah it's went to spawn on Delta, it spawned me closer to fucking Charlie, and the flag
Yeah.
wasn't even being contested.
Yep.
I'm like, why
Yeah.
is that spawn point that far away? And
Like,
people
I
saying, well, if they're saying if there's so many people within an area, it spawns you. Right, but it was like 68 meters away from the flag in in an alleyway behind a building. Like it was
Yeah.
it was quicker for me to go to Charlie than over to Delta. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Like, I get
I mean,
the point of why they're doing it. I just feel like the radius
yeah,
is a
it's a
little too
little
big.
much.
Like, if they cut it by like a quarter, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like I said, I get your point about not spawning directly on the flag, and I understand that. And I mean, their spawn system to me is not even random enough because that's like I said, those guys that spawned in front of me in Sinai, that happened to me in the fucking beta. A guy spawned directly in front of me, I shotgunned him in the back.
Yep.
Like he spawned and get instantly murdered. I mean, I've had that happen to me. It fucking sucks. So their spawn points aren't even random. He spawned on Bravo, it spawned him out there, and he spawned right in front of an enemy. Well, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So like the spawn system in general needs to be reworked. So
yeah, I think we all can agree. The last one for me is progression, and this has been since day one, since they announced the specifics of the classes and all the weapons and everything. It's gone stale. The game itself has gone stale for a lot of players. I think for myself included.
Oh yeah.
And for work as well. Yeah, there's not enough to do. There's not enough to get. The core gameplay is great, but it's the same route for me as Star Wars Battlefront. It's that shiny scenery, beautiful graphics and good gameplay are extremely important, and they can make or break a game. But they also can't sustain a game with only those things.
Yeah, there's a fine line to walk.
Yeah, and we need more. These DLCs better bring it, man. They better.
yep.
Yeah, dude, this is the first Battlefield game I've ever owned, and I have owned all of them, where I felt like I almost wish I had just rented it from like GameFly and played it for 15, 20 hours online, and then just been able to send it back and not bought it. I feel like I shouldn't have bought it.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I played
I
it
don't
once
feel that
in the
way,
last
but
Yeah, I'm not that
2
far.
weeks.
I mean,
Once.
I'm happy I bought it. I play it. I love playing it. It's to me like I get to the point about the progression and the weapons and the unlocks, attachments. I'm disappointed how they done that. But I mean, it's the whole thing. Well, it's World War One. But I understand they could have done something. There should have been instead of buying 3 different models of gun to get the options to choose the scope, this scope, that thing. They should have had attachments. I agree. I've agreed with you day one of that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, like I know it's like it's the same with me in Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and in this one, the guns I have are the guns I play with. I haven't bought everything. I'm not one of these people that has to unlock everything. I don't. I've kind of found the guns I like. And now I do like the Automatico. I hated it first, but I like it now.
There you go.
The MP18, the Automatico, and the Hellrigger are those the 3 that why would I want anything else? I play Medic. I haven't played Medic a lot because I find there's not enough people taking out tanks, so I play Assault all the time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if I play Medic, it's the Mondragon or the Slub Slider, if I'm saying that right. The other guns, I don't really give a shit. I found those. I kind of like them. I've used them. The support class, I still haven't found a gun I really, really like.
I like the
In
bar.
the support class. I do, but the fucking reload
mag
time
size
and the
is killer
short
on
mag
it.
size is brutal.
The
It is.
1908, man, or the
Yeah.
1909, the Mersey, whatever it is, that thing is funny.
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't really locked in. I was using the the level 10, the Howard, or whatever you want to pronounce it. I was using that for a while. I haven't gone back to that. I've been kind of mixing up between the bar and not the MG15. Is it the MG15? Yeah, the MG15.
I think so. They're like really high rated fire one.
Yeah, the one with the big belt, the lightweight or whatever it is. Yeah, and I've switched back and forth. So I'm not really, to me, like weapon wise, I've kind of fell into the niche where I like the ones that I like. And I mean, I'm not going to go out and buy everything and use everything, but yeah, I do agree with the attachments. progression wise, I mean, I rank up. I mean, I guess I don't need that. I don't know. I just
Well,
like
I
playing the
mean,
fucking
with
game.
my thing with weapons and attachments is I'm not even necessarily chopping at the bit for both, but one or the other would do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know.
like I said, there needs to be more. And then, like I said, the buying system to have to buy 3 different types of the guns. I think they should have, instead of doing that, they should have done unlocks, progression
Well,
unlock or something
the
for.
problem with that is it would have been extremely apparent how little there was for each class, and that's why they didn't do it.
Well, maybe. But I mean, like I said, there was a lot of innovation in World War One, and there was a lot of people.
There was if you go, I mean, and it's been linked to the Battlefield 1 subreddit. If you go on Wikipedia and look at weapons that were used in World War One, there was hundreds, and there was many that were extremely common that are not in this game.
Well,
and that's what's bewildering to me.
Well, I'm thinking this is what we're getting in the DLC. At least I hope that's what we're getting in the DLC.
I don't know. The DLC weapons honestly should have been some of the ones that we have in the game now, like the experimental, like end of the war type of stuff that was very rarely used. Those should be like the specialized weapons that come in. Like I don't know that we got a fucking crossbow launcher. Which is completely ridiculous, but that we got that before we got some of the common weapons that were used in the war is just silly.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what their thought process was on it, but I mean, yeah, we've talked about this before, and it just seems weird. But like I said, we're coming from Battlefield 4 that had way too many fucking everything. So
yeah, I mean,
it's gone from one into the other. I mean, Battlefront was in between, but we're talking strict Battlefield.
No, I wouldn't even say Battlefront. Battlefront to me was more bare bones than this.
Right, I'm saying, but I'm talking if you go BF4 to BF1, like it's the fucking almost polar opposites.
Yeah.
There was like so much fucking shit. I mean, every time I played it and I got a battle pack, and for some reason there was fucking more scopes, and I was like, what the fuck is this for? More fucking grips and scopes, and like, fuck you, I don't want this shit. And the shit I did want, you could never fucking get it. It's like, fuck this crap. I'm done. I didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
There was too much. So it's kind of, they didn't find a nice middle ground. They kind of stripped it down too far.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, the DLC is going to change that, and hopefully they'll understand when they hear some more community feedback. And it's not just us. I mean, we're not the only ones saying this. Not. So hopefully they're going to be like, oh yeah, we kind of fucked this up. Let's fix it.
I was really hoping, and I was actually confident that coming off of Battlefront into Battlefield 1, that they would have taken that critique, because that was a big problem people had.
Yeah, it was.
Is that there was nothing in Battlefront. Like, once you unlocked several weapons, that's it. Like, that's the game.
Yeah.
There was nothing else to do, and that was a huge complaint. Probably, I think probably the biggest complaint about Battlefront is that it was just bare bones. It was stripped down, and that they would do the same thing here just fucking blows my mind. But I mean, we've been through all this before. So, anyways, we're treading into old territory once again. We're picking up that stick. Let's move on from this anyway. So those are the things that still need to be addressed. As far as the last big update to the game that we had was the addition of Giant Shadow, the new map. So we spoke about our opinions in the last podcast. Have they changed? Has anybody switched from where they were? Panther, what do you think?
Well, last time we spoke about it, I hadn't really a chance to play it. It just, when it dropped, busy shit time, I didn't have a chance to really get in and play it. And I played it shortly after we'd done the podcast. And I was like, kind of like I didn't really give a shit. Like, I was like, whatever. I kind of like felt lost because I was so used to the other maps, I guess. But now that when I play it, I don't hate it. Like, I know you have a different opinion on it, but I wouldn't say hate, but I get the vibe of how you say it's kind of like a bit like Scar. It has a little bit of the open field area. It has like the little house area. I like the map. When it comes up in the rotation, I'm like, oh, not this fucking map again. It's not like Suez, I like it that there's, the fucking C&D fights. Like, that fighting in that crash fucking airship, like sometimes that is some pretty badass back and forth up and down the hill. The fucking tank will roll in and shit fucking pops off, and I like the map, and then you run it back and forth trying to capture whatever one of your back caps they're trying to reroute to. I find there's good action and there's some running back and forth. It's not like everyone just sits in one spot. There is some camp and sniping, but not a shitload of it. So I like the map. I definitely, like I said, definitely when it rolls through, I don't go, oh, fuck, it's Giant Shadow. So I mean, like I said, from the almost no opinion I had last time, like I said, it's not like, oh, this is groundbreaking, this is amazing, everyone has to play it. But I'm happy the map's there because it's another map to play, but and I don't hate it.
Okay. Work. What about you?
I think I'm in the same boat that you're in, Baker. I know we were chatting about it earlier. With everything that's been going on, holidays and travel, etc. I've only played it once. That was yesterday, and it was on the Back to Basics thing. So currently, I don't have super warm and fuzzies about it, but it looks like a really cool map, and it's probably a lot of fun. I don't want to pass judgment on it because I really don't have enough time in it to have like a valid opinion. But it does look really, really cool, and I can imagine that the variation of terrain and having that big airship and stuff on there would be really sweet in like a conquest type game mode or something. So I'll check it out.
I mean, it's worth playing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, I'm still in the same boat where I was on the last podcast, where I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, it's a shrug of the shoulders for me. It just feels too similar to St. Quentin Scar to where I just don't feel like it's extremely new. Doesn't feel like anything incredibly different, and I still have a problem with C and D. I just don't think that's balanced to split the map in that area and have a field to either side. It doesn't strike me as being very balanced either in theory or in actual playing it. Like Panther said, it's nice to have another option, but I haven't really had any matches where I've really felt that I enjoyed it. So I don't know. I don't really care for it.
You're saying playing with the right squad, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, obviously the squad play improves, your game experience, but even still, I mean, I don't know, man. Just something
like
about
I said,
it.
like I said, I whenever you said how you thought it was like kind of like Scar, I'm like, I don't really see it other than the fact that there's like the little village, and it's not even much of a village. It's like fucking a 2-story house, little 1-story house, and a fucking barn. So I was like, I don't really. But yeah, when you go back over to Alpha, it's like more of that like a little town area. It's kind of like I got it after I played it a few rounds and kind of ran everywhere. And I'll admit, I've always seemed to spawn on the Alpha Bravo side. I don't know if I was ever on the Echo Foxtrot side as my gimmies, and I've only ever been over those flags a few times. And it's usually when you push the team off Charlie Delta, you push over to Echo, and then usually you fight your way back because you're getting back capped at Bravo because people don't know how to hold flags. But yeah, I mean, I get the point of how it's like Scar. But like I said, I don't hate the map. I don't hate it. But like I said, I don't jump up and down and do backflips when it comes on either.
Yeah.
It's not like I mean, and we'll talk about maps. I mean, I used to hate Alm Ya. I fucking love that map now.
I always love that map. It's great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I was hit or miss when it first came out, but I like it now. But yeah, but I mean, for Shadows, I like it. So, I mean,
well, give it a few more plays and.
Well, yeah. I mean,
we'll
I'm
see.
not gonna say my mind will never change. But.
All right. Well, let's move on. Our last Battlefield topic before we get on to the real meat of this podcast. The tank skin drama. For those of you that don't know, basically they released a skin for the tanks. Is it for all of them or just one of them?
Well, the one particular one was the one that was in the holiday revision, I do believe, and I think there might have been two.
Okay.
But there was one in particular, I guess, was the big topic.
Yeah. Well, there was a tank skin that was released, and the chance of actually getting the tank skin was so low that almost nobody got it, including Level Crap, who paid a whole bunch of money apparently, and still didn't get it. after buying like dozens and dozens of battle packs. So there was drama around it to where they release something and it's kind of like incentive, like the only way you can get this is battle packs, and oh, here you have a handy method to actually buy battle packs. So it's kind of like a little business, like hint, hint, nudge, nudge, buy some battle packs, maybe you'll get something cool, but that the chances were so small that nobody actually got it. So I don't know how much revenue they actually turned in from this idea or this gimmick, but at least you can say they got a couple percentage point bumps, from kind of marketing it this way. And the drama is that they were a little misleading in how they marketed it and in the chances of how they built the system.
Yeah, their response to that when they were kind of asked on it, I guess I didn't read all the whole responses, but I read a few of them, like from Dice, was kind of like, well, we didn't want everyone to drive around with a gold tank, so even though they're classed as what are they, the rare? There's two classes. The white's common, blue is whatever, and then the orange ones. So we're classed the same as
legendary.
The orange legendaries. Yeah, sorry, legendary. So they're classed the same as the orange skins for guns. They're classed as legendary, which say they have a 12% chance of dropping. Well, I'm showing a number here. That's just my number. So they have a 12% chance of dropping. So people were buying battle packs, freaking they're gonna get this gold tank skin, yada yada. But apparently it didn't have the same legendary drop rate in
Much
percentage.
lower.
Yeah, it was like fucking 6% or lower. Like, I'm like, well, they should have come up with a whole new class, and they shouldn't have called it legendary. They should have called it fucking impossible.
Well, they changed it, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken, they changed it to where it actually says super rare now.
Right, but they bumped up the chances of it dropping, and they kind of little brackets now super rare, because I know one of the new skin revisions that has a new tank skin and it says super rare for plain skin. Maybe it's a tank skin, and now they say super rare beside them, but they're still classed as legendary. Yeah. And I mean, yes, okay, the battle pack thing, we fucking shit on it and we hate the system and it's crap. We don't care about skins. Some people do, and if you care about them, good for you. I mean, I'm not don't hate you for it. I just, like I said, I don't care what my tank looks like. I just want to kill people with it. Same as my guns. I don't care what color it is, as long as it kills people.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's kind of shitty that DICE EA, whoever's behind the whole battle pack system, the monetizing of it is shit, and the fact that they, didn't release the fact that these were super rare until after they get shit on. There was talk of lawsuits. Like, people were losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty fucking shitty to do to anybody that's buying anything for a game. That's a quick way to fucking alienate your fan base. So,
yeah,
they need to, they need to stop that shit.
Well, as we've talked about, and as you just mentioned, we've shit on the battle pack system since day one, and I still think it's awful. It just needs to go. But if obviously it's here to stay, I don't think they're going to backpedal and get rid of it. No. The only thing they can do is try to improve it. But yeah, whoever's in charge of doing this, that made the decision, that pulled the trigger and green lighted this thing having a super, super rare quality, yeah, they should have been a little more transparent about it. I think for sure there's no question that they should have mentioned, hey, this is extremely rare, so like, don't spend money that you need trying to get this thing,
If you need to go down to the local supermarket and buy some ramen noodles, do that first.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all of us agree that we don't give a shit about battle packs, but that's the story. I figured we'd touch on it just because it's Battlefield related, and yeah, there was some drama about it. So I don't know.
I have a very long spiel about this topic because I've been studying it for the last, I don't know, 3 minutes while you guys have been talking about it. So clearly I know everything there is to know about it right now.
Oh, clearly.
All right, go.
Fuck it, dude.
What?
Fuck it. Yeah, I didn't know the story, but now that I've heard it, yeah, man, we're lockstep on that. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Put something out there and have people spending all that money. I mean, it's RNG, so you can kind of say like, oh, it was RNG, you knew what you were getting into, but
right,
it's kind of a dick move. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of a dick move.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially having people play the lottery, but like they're getting the real money, and these people are getting like such a low chance. Like it's disingenuous marketing. You know, they should have told people that it was super rare, and
Yeah.
and at least caution them like, hey, you probably shouldn't spend a whole lot of money trying to get this because the chances of you getting it are super small. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely needed a disclaimer at the start of it and not wait until after people realized that it was impossible to get. And, like I said, people were threatening lawsuits. So that, people were losing their fucking minds.
Well, I mean, the crowd that buys battle packs obviously is not here on this podcast, but for the people that do buy them, the people that want all those skins or, want every single thing in the game, the completionists, those are the people that do buy it. So I think that those people in that market, they need to be taken care of. I don't agree with them, and I'm certainly not inclined to what they are as far as gaming, with completing and getting everything. Like, I don't care about the skins. None of us here do, but they're still part of our gaming group. We still all play the same game and we enjoy it, and they play it a different way. They want to get every single thing. So it's not fair to a portion of the population that plays this game to be disingenuous like that. Whether I agree with battle packs or not, the marketing ploy that they did just wasn't right.
And it falls to over and above just Battlefield. It's any game that has a microtransaction that, for anything. I mean, if
that's
it's
RNG based.
Yeah, don't mislead your fan base. Don't be a bunch of fuckers.
Well, especially the portion of your fan base that's giving you money after they bought the game.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because like I'm at the point now where unless I'm impressed, I'm not giving them any more money. I still haven't bought the the season
Premium?
pass or whatever premium. Yeah, I haven't bought it, and if I don't see something awesome come out in the next or first, paid DLC, like I'm not gonna get it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they better bring it, man. I'm not paying for new maps unless I fall deeply back into the game, which right now I don't know if I see that happening.
Well, I mean, I sincerely hope that they do. For me, the maps are a plus, but I'm really looking forward. Like for the first time, I'm really looking forward to a batch of new weapons. Every other Battlefield game, and it's opposite now because every other Battlefield game I played, it's been about new maps.
Yes.
Because we had plenty of other content.
Yeah. I like
it's
the
both.
maps.
It's
I'm
both
not really
for me.
tired of any of the current maps that
I'm
we
gonna
have,
be greedy.
so they don't really...
I want both.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course I want both, but I mean, I've leaned majorly in the past towards new maps because I was still unlocking things and still trying different combos and all that stuff. So there was plenty of things to do to keep me busy on the maps that we had, and that's not the case in this game. So yeah, new maps are fine, but if I'm playing new maps with no new weapons, like it's gonna get stale after a dozen hours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see the point.
Yeah. All right, so that's the last of the Battlefield topics. We're going to move on to gaming news. Also, this is entire section of gaming news, inexplicably, is going to be our penis topic for this podcast. This is a big veiny one, fellas. This is caution. Do not try this at home.
Fully erect.
Yes. This is that 2017 special camera angle under with the the selfie stick and the mirror attachment. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, are you looking at my webcam again?
Maybe. So we're talking, of course, about the Nintendo Switch. Wow, what a astoundingly stupid thing they have decided to do here with this marketing. I don't even know where to start on this. I guess we'll start with online play. Do we know a price for this? Because I don't see it listed. Maybe not announced yet.
I don't know if the price has been announced, considering it's free until the fall when it gets paid. So they haven't released the price yet. I don't think.
Okay.
It's not on the website. I mean, I can
say we're going to be in safe territory to assume it's between $60 and $100 a year. Is my guess. Somewhere around there. Not only just based on the price of the console, the accessories, and everything like that, but to keep in pace with the current market, it's got to at least meet the prices that we have for a year. So yeah, I think it's a safe bet to say between $60 and $100 per year.
Yeah, a quick Google search and it just takes me back to their official site.
Page,
it doesn't. It doesn't have a. Yeah.
Okay.
So the online is free till the fall. So you get it free to the fall. So that's incentive, I guess, to go buy a $400
that's a good
console.
start. That's, I think, the only good thing that they have going for them.
Yeah, it wouldn't be because they rushed the fucking console and had no idea to build a backbone for an online service that was worth paying for. That wouldn't be at all. That wouldn't be an A.
Also, lack of content, including third-party support.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, if there's nothing to play, then why charge people for it? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Polygon has a big write-up about the online thing, but they don't. All they mention is that Xbox Live and PSN are $60 a month.
Yeah.
Year. I mean.
Or year, yeah, good call.
Yeah, good catch. Because I'm just like, yeah.
The fucking price go up again? Fuck, no one told me.
Fucking Sony, Jesus.
Oh, they fucking get a second job.
When did EA buy Sony?
Jesus.
Oh god, it'd be a nightmare. So we start the Nintendo news with arguably the only good thing about it. We'll move on to.
Yeah, the only good thing that is unknown
is a little bit of free
service.
time.
Yeah, we don't know how long the penis is going to be. That's the only good thing right now.
The thing about it being free to the fall, it gets you time to get your asshole ready for the remake when it does come to come into a full paid service in the fall.
Yeah.
Time to practice your goatee before.
Yeah.
All right, so the online lobby and voice chat. Now I'm going to read. This is directly from the Nintendo website, from their official communication. Our new dedicated smart device app will connect to Nintendo Switch and let you invite friends to play online, set play appointments, and chat with friends during online matches in compatible games, all from your smart device. A free, limited version of this app will be available for download in summer 2017. There's a lot of problems here, boys.
Okay, I'm gonna touch on that last line. A free, limited version of the app will be able for download in the summer of 20. What about March when this console comes out?
Actually, yes, that's another good catch. What
is that? Is it going to be available in March? But then there's a free limited version of the app available.
But that would okay. So hang on. When they release it, it's going to have free online.
Yep.
But it's not going to have free app.
Maybe, I don't know. It's weird.
It's
worded. Limited version of the app will be able to download in summer. So there's a free version that's just like has less options versus the full paid version.
Wait
that's
a second.
Also available.
Wait,
I don't understand.
So there is a paid version of the app.
The online, right? Is paid online, right?
But separate from the Nintendo. For instance, let me put it this way. Okay. How I'm understanding this is your Nintendo Online account is going to be similar to a PSN account or Xbox Live account,
right?
But you have to buy the app because this just says a free limited version of this app. So that tells me that there is a paid unlimited version.
Maybe.
Well, no, I'm thinking there's a free one if you don't want to pay for online, but if you pay for the online, you get the full version of the app.
No, that doesn't make any sense because if you get the free offline version, then what are you going to do with it? You can't talk to friends or see friends or set play appointments or chat or do anything.
I don't know.
An offline app for your that'd be
maybe it has a vibrating until you jam up your ass.
The equivalent is an offline PlayStation account or an offline Xbox. You can't do shit with it.
Well, right, that's the account and this is the app. It's two different things. I mean, it could be something as simple as you can do all of the party and gaming features, but you can't like queue up games to download from the app like you can with the PlayStation. I mean, it doesn't. Who knows?
Say, I mean, it's a vague statement, right? I mean,
we're
kind of guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's just kind of a weird thing to say. A free limited version of this app will be able to download in the summer 2017. But what about in March when the game launches? Is the app available then, or the app isn't going to fucking show up until summer, and then finally in the fall when they make you pay for it, then the full app's going to be released. And if you don't pay the money, you don't get the full app, and you only get a half an app that just it's a picture of Mario giving you the middle finger. Like, what the fuck? Like, come
I don't
on.
know.
But let's back up to the first part of it, because
I was just about to say, okay.
this is also good too.
You
Go
guys
ahead.
are putting the balls before the cock
Oh,
here.
you want me to? Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were leading into it. Go for
Oh,
it.
I thought you were gonna go back. Okay, the point about having to have a fucking smartphone to use. Okay, so your parents go out and they're nice enough to buy you a Switch, and oh, little Timmy, sorry you can't chat with any of your fucking friends because we're not buying you a smartphone either.
Yeah.
Or as well, I should say, we're not gonna buy you in Canada, a $400 fucking console.
Yeah. So
And,
to spell it out for the listeners right now that are not understanding, every feature that they just named, inviting friends, setting play appointments, chatting with friends during games, all of those are separate from the console, from the game.
Yes.
It's purely in the app on your phone.
So
that's fucking mind numbing.
Yeah. Thanks for explaining that, because I got ahead of myself bitching about it. Yeah, the fact that you need your smartphone to chat with your friends and to invite them to games is just fucking stupid.
Yep.
And I mean, and before the podcast, we get into our typical pre conversations, and you come up with a valid point.
Yeah. So
if you don't have, like, if you say you have your smartphone, but say all your friends, you like to use Discord or you use TeamSpeak or another chatting app. So if you don't have this app loaded up, can you still invite people to games from the console? Like, is it got a built-in friends list as for PlayStation or Xbox? Can you just go to the console, fire up whatever online game it is, like Mario Kart, and I want to invite you to play? Do I have to go to the app, invite you through the app, get you into the game, and then switch over to another app to fucking talk to you if I don't want to use their app? Like, are you being pigeonholed into having to have a smartphone to do online play at all? Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's the question. And for me, when marketing, I think it's important for these companies to be as clear as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the only things that I'm pulling from this is that, number one, there's going to be different versions of the app, which I already don't agree with. If you're going to do some type of external thing and require it or even push strongly for it, there should be some type of streamlined version that does all these things. There shouldn't be multiple versions of the app. Number one, I don't agree with that. But number two, having an external device control all of your online interactions, including chat, doesn't make any fucking sense.
Especially an external device that's not a Nintendo device, doesn't come with the console, and requires a data connection from yet another party, be it cellular or high-speed internet in the home.
Right.
Yeah. So,
have
so
you guys
the question,
looked at the table on this webpage where it's got making the most of your Nintendo Switch, and has like the service subscribers features and the non-subscribers features?
No, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
It's down towards the bottom of the page, and you have two columns: subscribers and non-subscribers. And it says online gameplay. Service subscribers, of course, is checked. Non-subscribers free trial through fall 2017. The next line is online lobby and voice chat.
Oh yeah, that, yeah, okay.
Service subscribers checked, and non-subscribers not checked at all. So that's kind of vague too. Like, can I not get into parties with my friends and or chat if I don't pay for?
Apparently.
Because the column says service subscribers, but the line says voice chat app. So
yeah.
like which is it? Do I have to have the service and the app? Or just, I don't know, they're really...
It sounds to me like when you subscribe, you get the paid version of the app.
Right.
That's what I'm picking up from this, right?
And that's what I'm thinking too. And that's why I commented about the free version. Well, it's going to be in the summer, so I guess they're going to have I guess since it's free for everybody to the fall, they're going to have the full version of the app available. This is a full version available at launch.
Okay, so here's my question with the tiered service and non-service members. For the app, the free version will not have, after the free trial expires in fall 2017, the free version of the app will not include online gameplay capabilities. It will not include online lobby and voice chat. or the perk of the monthly game download or exclusive deals. So what you would use the app for as a non-subscriber, if you don't want to pay to play,
Nintendo eShop.
you will only have access to the shop. You can register. I guess they mean add or delete, and manage friends, share screenshots to social media, and access to Nintendo Switch parental controls. So you can do nothing with games or any online thing other than managing your friends list and looking at the shop.
And buying through the shop.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's okay. That's kind of a little more clear.
That is clear.
Yeah.
So
still a piece of shit.
Man. That's
like,
incredible.
It just blows me away that, and I mean, there was a tweet, and I mean, I'm gonna kind of paraphrase a little bit. There's a bunch of it, like fucking Reddit's been going crazy on the game subreddit on this. I don't know what the Nintendo subreddit, they're probably just drooling over it, but they said you won't need like a bulky gaming headset. It's like, right, but I have to have fucking earbuds in my fucking smartphone.
Yeah, but what if you have one? I mean,
right,
do you have any idea what the compatibility is?
Well, the Switch itself has, where's the whoops, wrong button features. I'm going to the website, and this is going to be linked in the description if anyone hasn't looked at it or anything yet.
Yeah, but we're looking at this all in real time, but yeah, so it'll be linked.
Yeah, there's the controllers. There's a picture of like so it has an audio jack, so it's not like an iPhone.
That's slick.
Still a better love story than iPhone.
Yeah. So it is. Yeah. So it looks like a regular, like 3.5 millimeter. So power button touch. It's a tablet. It's same as the fucking my Nexus 7, except you can stop controllers in the fucking thing. It has built-in speakers. It has a audio jack. It has a game card slot. I'm just looking at the picture of it. I mean, it's a tablet with controllers, is what it is. So yeah, so your regular 3.5 millimeter headphone jack is going to plug into it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a picture of the back. It has a USB Type-C connector, a micro SD slot, and a little kickstand.
Okay, so a minor thing that I'm going to point out here. I also don't see on this picture of the system details. I don't see any microphone like built onto it. So you need a headset or headphones to plug in to do it. Yeah.
With a mic.
Mic, yeah.
Right. So right now, I mean, when we record the podcast, a lot of times when I'm playing on my PlayStation, I use a separate headphone and mic. So I have a set of Sennheisers I'm using that are just headphones. So if I had this and I want to use my nice Sennheiser headphones on my Switch, I can't fucking talk to anybody because there's no additional plug-in.
Yeah.
And there's no built-in mic so that the unit itself would pick up my voice.
Yeah, so that's going to limit a lot of people's choices on what they have.
Well, they're going to have to come out with a Nintendo headset.
Of course.
Well, no, but I mean, that's because you're only going to be chatting with your friends through the app. See, the audio jack is only going to be for when you're playing by yourself and want to use headphones, right?
I guess.
So
you don't know that. I mean, it could be a 3.5 millimeter like a PS4 controller.
Even still, no. But the chat goes all through the app.
Yeah, the chat's not through the tablet.
Yeah, the machine itself does not have.
Is that like confirmed?
Yeah.
Because it's through the app. It says online voice is through the app.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask a wild question. Who's to say that app doesn't run on this tablet?
It doesn't. It says
it says your smartphone.
A new dedicated smart device app will connect to the Nintendo Switch to let you invite friends.
Device app. Is a tablet not a smart device?
This isn't a true tablet, though. This is an extension of the system.
This is the unit. It's the detachable fucking. It's the ejected.
We're calling it a tablet because it's a handheld screen.
Yeah, when you take it out of the base that connects to your TV, it's a fucking tablet with controller attachments, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when it sits on when you're plugged into your TV to play it like a regular type console,
when it's on the dock.
It fits in a dock. There's like a full-on base, connects to HDMI to your TV. But you're sitting there and you're playing. You go, oh, I got to go to an appointment, so you disconnect the fucking thing and take it with you. So basically, it's a portable console.
It's a tablet. That's why we're calling it that.
Yeah, it's a 6.2-inch multi-touch 720 screen. It's only 720.
That's
Really?
also another point I was going to bring up. It's 720.
The fucking
Tablet.
tablet is. I
6.2
guess.
inch.
Yeah, but I get the when it's in the dock. Someone on Digital Foundry said that Mario Kart 8 is 1080. So some games will be. I don't know, like the new Zelda and shit. I haven't read any stats on games, but yeah, the console, the handheld portion of the new console from Nintendo, the brainchild, is a fucking 720p screen in the year 2017.
Yeah. Now here's the other kicker is that battery, they specifically say, for example, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, their flagship game here, can be played for roughly 3 hours on a single charge.
Bullshit, an hour and a half.
It says 3 hours.
I call bullshit.
No, but even that
Yeah.
to me is unacceptable. In 2017, like that, say like you're on vacation and you take this thing with you. You don't want to take the whole bulky thing, so you bring this, essentially the tablet version. You got 3 hours.
Well, you can charge it, right?
You charge it, of course, but I don't know, man. To me, like, if this is supposed to be powerful, this is supposed to be like the big thing, and you can play it any way you want. 3 hours seems extremely limited to me. Like, that's,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's on that game. That's probably one of their maybe more intensive games. But I mean, yeah, I still think, well, 3 hours isn't the worst thing in the fucking world. But I don't think if you're sitting there and you're playing The Legend of Zelda, I doubt you're gonna get full 3 hours. I doubt it. I doubt you. 2 hours. I'll be nice and say 2 hours. I bet you.
Maybe.
I mean, they're claiming 3, but I mean, it's the same as I say your battery life in your phone lasts a blank amount of hours. Like, no guarantee. It's not written in stone. It's not like if it lasts an hour and a half, you're gonna take it back. No, because that's not a returnable thing. I mean, their battery life is the least of my comments. I mean, fucking a 720 screen. My fucking X7 is like from 2013 or 14. It does fucking it's 1080. My goddamn cell phone, I think it's fucking 1080 for fuck's sakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully the app is 1080.
Yeah, hopefully. So you can get... And another thing is too. So
if you pay for it.
Yeah, this app. So instead of having the ability to, like with the PlayStation,
I need another beer,
to pull up and open up your party chat and everything else right in the, so you have to take your fucking hand off your controller, go to your phone. Like, what the fuck? Talk about taking yourself right out of the experience.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
it's not organic in any way
Doesn't
to play
like
or
it.
interact with your friends.
Doesn't seem like it at all. Unless it's somehow you can, like, there's going to be a headband strap to strap the phone just offset to, like, over your left eye, so you can just, like, instead of looking at the fucking floor for your phone, you can just have it hanging over your face. Like, fuck.
It's gonna be a suction cup, dude.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes right on the
solved.
screen
There you go.
of the tablet, and
But what if you're sitting on your couch, though? What if you're sitting on your couch and you're playing it on your TV? Where are you going to stick the suction cup then?
on the screen of the tablet, bro.
Yeah, but the tablet's in the fucking dock and beside your TV.
They'll
Right?
just make you buy another one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
let's roll into. I'll skip one thing real quick, and we'll go
Like how I
to the
segued
prices. What?
You like how I segued that?
Yeah, that was good. So let's go to the prices real quick. So the console itself has been announced. We'll give you American and Canadian dollars, just for those of you from either or. The console itself is $300 US and 400 Canadian dollars. The Pro controller, $70 US and 90 Canadian dollars. The Joy-Con controllers as a pack, as a bundle, is $80 US and 100 Canadian dollars. The Joy-Con controller individually, either the left or the right, you can buy them separate, is $50 US or 65 Canadian dollars. And the charger, a charging port, is $30 US and 40 Canadian dollars. It's just, I don't know. So what they're saying is that price-wise, this is the same amount of worth as a PS4.
More.
Or
The
But
controllers.
they're going for $299, right, for the console itself?
Oh, the
PS4.
console. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's
I'm
what I'm
thinking-
saying.
We got my doing school got his PS4 Uncharted 4 edition with a game for $259.
On sale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm
Right.
talking about standard
No,
price.
I don't
though.
even
Yeah.
know if it was on. It was in September. It wasn't like a crazy holiday or anything.
I'm pretty sure they're going for $299.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if you got it for less, then I mean, more power to you, sure. But
So-
but anyways, that's extremely comparable to the PlayStation 4 price, and
Yeah.
I don't. What does anyone know what Xbox One is going for right now? Same thing, I
$299.
think.
Yeah.
$75.
Yeah. So market wise, this is being marketed in the same value tier
As in the console. Yeah.
as the PS4 and the Xbox One. Now, knowing that it's $720 on the tablet, that online play will be completely separate and exclusive from the console itself. The other part that we'll get into, the last part really, is the monthly game download. So our current two leading systems, PS4 and Xbox One, their online platforms have long had the free games that they give out. PlayStation Plus has their games each month for the different PlayStation consoles, and Xbox has games with gold. So you download these games, you get them for free. Each month there's a new set, and you keep them as long as your account is active, and that's great. That really I'm happy genuinely about that. That's a good system. So Nintendo, in response, when making their new console and setting this up,
I can't even not laugh.
you can download and play, and I'm reading this directly from their site again. Subscribers will get to download and play a Nintendo Entertainment System (NES) or Super Nintendo Entertainment System game with newly added online play for free for a month. The fine wording in here, what this means, ladies and germs, is that you do not keep the games. You cannot access these games once they switch months. So
Yeah.
you
Wait. Who the fucking Nintendo sat in the boardroom and said, "Oh, see how PlayStation and Xbox give away free games with their monthly online service? We should do that, but only make it available for that 1 month." And they all fucking cheered and clapped. Like, what in the fuck? They all on bath salts?
I don't understand this at all. This is
And
in every way an inferior idea.
and
You're offering less than your competitors for a similar price, I'm sure.
And backing up even further, they're offering games from fucking how long ago?
Yeah. Also,
It's not like it's like, I mean, yeah, okay, we PlayStation Plus gets shit on because they're not giving away AAA titles, but they've given out some decent games. They've now, like, PS4, yes, maybe hasn't got the love maybe that we should. They're still waiting for
too many indies.
Right, and I agree with you. Some of them, yeah, okay, whatever. People have them. People do like them. People have good fanfare on them, but whatever. For the average person, a lot of people don't like the games. But at least they're new titles. Some of them, yes, they're a little older, that have been ported over and they're given to us and whatever. But still, they're not giving us PlayStation 1 titles for a month. They're not giving us Xbox titles for a month.
And
they're
taking them away.
And yeah, then taking them away. They're giving you have to download them. If you don't download one that month, you can't go back and get them, which is whatever. But when I download it, I can delete it. And as long as I'm still a PlayStation Plus subscriber, I can go back and download it and play it whenever the fuck I want.
Yeah. The smart thing that they should have done, the redeeming quality out of all that, the diamond in the rough from this, should have been that you can download a remastered Nintendo or Super Nintendo game and keep it. And every month they roll out a new remaster. And your back catalog of older nostalgia games continues to grow. That would have been a better strategy.
But then no one would go and buy the NES Classic because those games going to be on the Switch. So why would you own both? So no one would play that. No one would buy that after they bought one off eBay for $250 because Nintendo is famous for not supplying any hardware at launch.
Well, it depends on which games you choose. If you choose games for the Nintendo Switch that are not available for the Classic,
true,
then right there.
True. That gives you the incentive. True, I understand. But here's my thing. I think I'm going to go buy a Switch at launch. I'm gonna buy 4 of them, and I'm putting them all on fucking eBay, and I'll be able to buy myself a PS4 Pro and a fucking new 4K TV. Because the fucking people, they'll be short. Nintendo's trying to say that they're not going to short them, but the Wii U, and the NES Classic have all been fucking rare as fuck. You know? And so I'm thinking they're saying the Switch is going to have the same problem. I call them bullshit. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy up a bunch of consoles and put them all on eBay.
Do it, Panther.
Hey, at the Xbox 360 launch, I didn't even want the console. I bought fucking 3 of them and sold them.
3 of them? Holy crap.
Oh my god.
I didn't make a lot of money because the market kind of got flooded because there wasn't a short on them like everyone thought. But I did turn a profit off all 3 of them.
Hey, that's all you can ask for, right?
You know, so I mean, I'm thinking, you know, hey, if I'm available to go to good old Wally World on the launch day of the Switch, and there's not a big lineup and there's some console, I might buy a couple. Buy them up on eBay.
Yeah. Click the
You
link.
know?
So I did. It was wonderful. So Work, you've been quiet. It's been Panther and I going back and forth. What is your take on all this?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I haven't been excited for a Nintendo product since the N64 came out.
Yeah.
And I was like 13 or 14. I don't get it. I mean, Nintendo's been around long enough to know better. They have this like storied library of fantastic like cult followed games they could tip into and use and presumably like twist around and make money off of for generations, and they don't. They have all of these awesome examples of what consoles should be. I mean, I think we can all agree that we're in the best generation of consoles that we've. I mean, it's console gaming is fantastic right now.
Yes.
I don't think there's any argument there. What the fuck are they doing? Like, I just don't get it.
I don't know.
Man, it seems like a piece of shit. Like it's some twisted cross between a fucking DS and like an iPad. And it's just I don't see it, man. Like I don't know what their vision is, but I don't see it.
Yeah. I don't either. I think the problem is that Nintendo either doesn't feel up for it or doesn't feel like they can be successful. I don't know what the motivation is behind it, but I don't think they feel like they can go toe-to-toe with PlayStation and Xbox. And I think rightly so, because they haven't. Nintendo, since the release of PlayStation and Xbox, the original ones, Nintendo has always been the third company. They have not been able to keep up either with power, with marketing, or with quality with those 2 major consoles. Nintendo is the third party console. It's the third wheel. And it's been a very niche consumer base that they've been appealing to with all of their handhelds. That's it itself. It's a huge market, but it is niche. For me, I don't play handhelds. For most people I know, they don't play handhelds. For most gamers, handheld is almost, whether it's right or wrong, it's almost seen as like not really like a game system. It's not really gaming for a lot of people.
And I mean, I'm not going to say it's not gaming, but I mean, yeah, there's a crowd that plays the handhelds, and I mean, okay, but I mean, like we mentioned, like pre-podcast was the story that came out is should Sony move Horizon Zero Dawn's PS4 launch away from the Nintendo Switch? And I'm thinking, you know, my comment on Reddit, I mean, it was the second comment on the post, and it's like, fuck Nintendo. You know, I grew up in Nintendo, man. Like that was it when I was a kid. I mean, I was around before fucking Nintendo, man. I'm an old motherfucker compared to some people playing games these days. You know, I'm not in a wheelchair and a walker by any means, but I'm not a kid anymore.
You know, he's not far from it, right?
Yeah, next week. my walker's on special order. But I mean, I said fuck Nintendo, and the guy commented and he says, no, Nintendo is the reason we have games like Horizon today. And well, okay, they were pioneers to begin with, but what in my comment back to him was, and I'm reading it, and I mean it's exactly what I said is Nintendo might have been a pioneer in the 80s and 90s, but it wasn't if it wasn't for their handhelds, and I left out and Pokemon, they'd be going way the fucking dodo. The Wii U and the Wii were fucking failures. They sold a shitload of them, but they
I was about to say not commercially or financially failures, but
the
quality
console,
wise,
the console itself. I mean, really, yeah, okay, they sold a shitload of them. It was like the fastest selling, blah blah blah. But they had no staying power. But they've made no major hardware advances since the 64. So saying they're the reason for the games like Horizon Zero Dawn is a bit of a stretch. And I mean,
it's a lot of a stretch.
And it's okay, yeah. Like I said, they were pioneers in the 80s and 90s. I mean, yeah, they were. Nintendo was holy shit. Nintendo come along. What the fuck's an Atari? After Nintendo showed up.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, once Xbox and Sony, put together the consoles of today, like, I mean, I forgot the Wii U even fucking existed. I'll be honest.
Well, I thought the release of the Wii U was a mistake in itself. That they just repeated the gimmick. Why?
And this is the Switch. I mean, okay, they're basically making a $400 handheld. Well, $300 if you're in the United States.
Well, it's a handheld with TV capability.
Yeah. So
it's an iPhone 7 Plus, which is also a handheld with TV.
And I mean, I mean, this is slightly off topic, but also we mentioned it earlier. Me and Baker was with the launch of that Mario game on mobile. Why only on iPhone? Why cut off half your fucking consumer base by putting the game only on iPhone? How much money did Apple fucking pay Nintendo?
Yep.
So
you know what it really seems like to me, and this is a deep thought that I had while you guys were talking just a minute ago. It seems like Nintendo knows that their ship is sinking, and they are just throwing shit out to see what sticks, if anything sticks at this point.
I don't know. It's a lot of money for development costs and marketing and production.
Well, all they did was take a 3DS and make it bigger.
Slap a couple. I'll concede
controllers
on the
Nintendo
side that no, they've made some improvements
as
to the setup. Sure. If you look at today's marketing trends, there's a very clear, very defined direction that gaming is going, where we've got higher quality everything. You're looking at 4K within the next 10 years being the new HD, being the new smart TV, or it's the next big thing.
I mean, 4K TVs are already very affordable, so it's coming.
It's going to be extremely common in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
For most people,
I think 10 years is even going to be a stretch. I'm thinking it's going to be sooner.
Maybe. I mean, I'm being a little conservative, but I'm saying when you're thinking of a console generation life, what I would shoot for in manufacturing a console would be the next decade.
Yep.
That's about how long I would think you could probably milk successfully. So if you're looking at that, like I said, 4K is going to be the next big thing for resolution and for display. VR is actually making a big push. Just about everybody's doing VR, and VR support's getting bigger and bigger. And as that technology improves and becomes more affordable, it's going to be more common, and there's going to be more stuff for it.
Yep.
So it's something that people look for. And also, now shit games don't make good money. People want quality. People expect quality, and if they don't get it, then they don't buy it. And with reviews, and you can go anywhere on the internet and find people talking about it, and people doing videos, and YouTube is huge. Like, the social media aspect of gaming now is incredibly vital to the success or failure of a game. And I think that with all this being said, Nintendo is not really supporting any of those things. By excluding the social aspect and building it out of your console, that's a mistake. By limiting your resolution, at least on the handheld even, because like Panther said, he's got something from years ago that has a better resolution than the tablet portable version of this. So you're limiting your resolution to, basically years ago, and this is coming out now. Like, you're backwards in your development technology. Like that's not what people expect, and when they see it, it's going to be a rude awakening to people that don't read up on it, that just say, oh, Nintendo's new thing, and oh, they saw a commercial and it looks great. The casual buyer that's got some extra dough to spend. I don't know, man. I just see mistake after mistake on this.
Oh, Elder Scrolls Skyrim's going to be on the Switch.
Why would I ever play that on Switch, though? That funky fucking controller.
NBA 2K. I'm just looking at this list of games here.
So you're looking for the major sports.
Yeah, so NBA 2K 18.
Okay. Sounds awful on that controller as well.
Street Fighter 2 Ultra.
Definitely not on that controller.
Minecraft.
Fuck it.
I mean, you can run that on a piece of toast.
Yeah, FIFA. And then there's like Mario Kart, Splatoon. Thing called
so like we spoke about pre-podcast though, some of the major ones that are missing, some of the major sellers, like year after year after year, the big cash cows, Call of Duty, Madden, Battlefield now I think is going to be a major cash cow, more than it ever has been. I mean, like the real big franchises, like obviously FIFA is big. Elder Scrolls in itself is huge. Bethesda, always has good sales. But the third-party support for the Wii and the Wii U, we're historically talking now, just wasn't there, and was part of the demise of those consoles' longevity and also the quality of their lineups. Third-party support was extremely sparse. So with Nintendo now and how they're marketing this thing, and so far what's been confirmed or at least hinted at by the company, it's not looking good again. I don't know. I don't see big companies flocking to have a lower resolution and funky controllers and split online play to where people can't play with their friends without a smartphone. I don't see a bunch of companies supporting that.
So,
not that I'm a developer, but it sounds like it's going to be a nightmare to program for, especially if you're trying to make something for Xbox and PlayStation, which are probably more similar now than they've ever been.
Yeah.
And then you have this other thing, like you basically have to make a mobile version of your game.
Yes.
So here's another kicker, and I'm positive I'm on the American site right now. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 60. Why did I just find one link that said it was $100? Must be a different version of it. Yeah, it must be a different version. So there's 3 different versions of the Zelda game: a base game, a regular, and then must be like a super.
Well, that's pretty standard, though. They always come out with the ultimate edition.
See, I was looking for a price on it, and I couldn't seem to find just being there. Oh, there it is. There, I found a different page. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's $60. So same as everything else in the United States. But yeah, they've also developed that Legend of Zelda Breath of Wild, for the Wii U, and it's the same price, $60 to buy for the Wii U. So yeah, and I mean, like I'm looking at some of the games, like here's, like I said earlier, yeah, but I mean, and the third-party developers are really going to put that much in to try to develop for this console? Like, I mean, I know that's what we were talking, but that's, I mean, fuck. And I mean, we'll go back to the hardware. So whenever you're talking controllers, so you have a choice. Do you want to buy the Pro controller, which is like an Xbox controller style, or do you want to buy the Joy-Con controllers, which can then they have extra ones to slide onto your tablet for portable, because those also can be given to one person as an actual full controller for some games, as per the trailers and stuff I've seen. So it's a fucking giant money grab, and the prices is shit. It's their hardware, their accessories are more money than the fucking PlayStation Xbox controllers.
Yeah.
And they're fucking big.
Well, that was one point that I was trying to get to earlier, is that they're marketing this with the same price points, or even a little bit higher price point than the Xbox One or PlayStation 4. So to me, and obviously this is not always a tried and true rule, but things that are similarly priced should have similar quality.
Yeah.
right?
Well,
I mean,
I'm not
that's
saying
usually at least an assumption that I kind of make.
and I'm not saying the quality of their controllers isn't going to be really well. I mean, Nintendo's products have always been, they've been noted as being good stuff. It's not like they make flimsy shit that's like third party crap falls apart. But I mean, you're selling a controller that plays video games that is 25 in Canada, it's $90. I mean, PlayStation 4 controllers here regular price are $74.99, which is fucking expensive. But it's that much more money for a fucking controller.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit! Like, what the fuck thought of these price points?
I don't know. So yeah, the console itself is going to be less powerful than its two competitors. It's going to be the same amount of money. The controller themselves are in each, if you buy them separately, together, or you buy the Pro Controller version, every version of these is more expensive than their counterparts and competitors. So they're marketing this like it's a better product, but it has less features. The hardware is not as powerful. You have to have an external device just to play and chat with your friends. The monthly games that you get, similar to the competitors, are free, but only for 1 month, and you can't keep them. And you can't access them once the month switches.
That's
So
still just
in every category, when you compare these directly to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it just doesn't line up. The quality or the price point is not there. It's one or the other. This is just bad.
It's like they're playing Russian roulette with a fully loaded revolver.
I mean, kind of. I honestly, I'm going to be surprised if on launch this is huge. I'm really going to be. I honestly really am.
There's some fucking hardcore Nintendo fans, man. Just like iPhone people. And I mean, I'm not going to slam them here in the podcast, but man, they flock to it and they buy it. And I mean, that's what they're banking on.
I'll rag on them. It's the Madden of technology. Every year it's the same shit.
Yeah. And like I said, when I first saw it, I kind of thought, oh, it's kind of neat. And then as I thought about it, it's like, it's gimmick again. They're just like I said, I don't know. If I was a Nintendo shareholder, I'd be fucking selling everything I fucking had in stock. after their stock went the fuck up after the Pokemon Go bullshit, I would have fucking sold and walked away. Yeah. See ya.
Why? Because even Pokemon Go, it's another fucking gimmick, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that died out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean, like their stock went up. They made a bunch of money. I would have fucking sold my shares and been gone if I was a stockholder. I would have fucking bought a yacht and been sailing the fucking Caribbean until I died.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
later, guys. Pokemon Go, fuck yourselves.
Exactly. Because like to me, I mean, this seems like such a backwards mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they somehow just comes there and they somehow fucking pull this off, and I mean, maybe we'll have to eat crow, but I'm not going to be cooking up no fucking crows anytime soon.
I'll eat this shit with ketchup if it honestly, I'll be happy for Nintendo if it succeeds and it's a cool device.
I won't.
I don't see it.
I will not be happy for Nintendo, and I'll tell you why. It's not out of any like malice or anything directed at Nintendo, but it's to me that I don't want people to support bad business practices. I think we need better quality. We need to demand better quality, and the way that we do that is with our wallets. I think for this console to be successful sends the wrong message in 2017.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So I love Nintendo. They were always going to have a spot in my heart and my memory from playing those games when I grew up and everything, but God damn, they're making bad decisions. And, at some point, and it happened, I think, to each of us a while ago, but you can't blindly support shit. It's got to have the quality there.
Yeah.
They need to earn that support. And none of these details that we've been talking about for the past 30 minutes, none of these details make me feel like supporting them.
No. And I'm like I said earlier, but I'm gonna buy them and resell them. I'm not fucking doing that. I was kidding, man. I'm not. I wouldn't give them fucking $2. If one fell in my lap, I'd fucking sell it. I wouldn't even plug the fucking thing in.
So if this is the path that they're on, and if they keep this path and don't change anything, on the release, I don't know. Like I said, I honestly hope that it doesn't do well to send that message that we will not accept another gimmick, that we want a true Nintendo competitive system, that we want Nintendo to thrive because they used to stand for quality. They used to stand for those trademark games that everybody grew up playing, and Nintendo was more than a console. It was, time with your friends and family that you're never going to forget.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And I want that back as a gamer, as nostalgia, and for my kid, as a parent, I would love to be able to share some form of Nintendo with her as she grows up. And I'm not gonna fucking do it with the Switch. I'm not gonna do it with the Wii. I'm not gonna do it with any fucking handheld that they have. They need to really, really check and see, like what the fuck they're gonna do after this. And I hope it's something good. But if it's not, then like I said, I hope it tanks.
Like I said, it's their handheld and their Pokemon is what gets them going, and I mean, I figure that's where they're gonna end up. I mean, if this fails, they're gonna fall apart on them. And like I said, but there's people out there that'll buy it, right? And that's gonna be the thing. People will buy it. People say, "Oh, okay, it's the 720 at the tablet. I can play all my games on the go on a tablet, blah blah blah, on the train and everything else." People that have to do commutes and
For
shit.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. As long as you're commuting longer than 3 hours, you're all right. But yeah, I mean, people that that have to take the fucking bus to work every day, and that, I mean, there's advantages. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
There's some neat things, but that's like, it's like, holy fuck, that's your big selling point on your console. Like, if you watch the initial fucking commercial for this, so that it was first announced and launched back the end of last year, shows a girl sitting at home. She looks across at the rooftop deck of their neighbors. They're all outside having a fucking party. So instead of turning her console off and going to the party, she takes the fucking tablet over to the fucking party. It's like, holy fuck! Aren't we trying to get away from everybody being with their face in their phones at the bar, at the fucking dinner table? But like, let's fucking make a console that you can take the fuck with you, so you have to fucking don't talk to anybody about anything.
Yep.
Fuck.
Well, and one of the things too is
Nintendo.
that the example of somebody on a train is, why would you bring this to where you only have, a few games to play or whatever? But these people that have this kind of money probably already have a fucking tablet, and one that's got a better resolution, and they probably got some sick games on there already. So I don't think they're gonna lug around both. You're not gonna bring a backpack for the trek, like just for your tablets.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, like I said, there's just going to be a small group of people that it's going to work for, but yeah, I mean, like,
well,
fuck.
Okay, so check this out. I just had an idea. What if the Switch was pure and simple? It was a tablet, and it had those two controller wings on the side that you could take or remove. So you could use it as a handheld gaming device, or you could use it as a conventional tablet to read on, whatever, simple stuff. And say you pay, I don't know, $50, $60, $75 a year, whatever it is, but you can play all of the old stuff on it. And I'm talking DS, 3DS, SNES, N64, all of it. And if they want to put some new stuff out, fine. But its main purpose would be to do those Secret of Mana, A Link to the Past.
So a tablet emulator.
Yeah, basically, but like a Nintendo, like legit engineered one that's going to work 100% of the time. That's not going to give you all the other goofy little glitches that most emulators have, which they usually don't until you get to N64 and later games. Like I feel like I'd kind of be into that.
Your point is, like a subscription service to all old Nintendo,
like PS Now
content. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Well, here's my question: does it have TV capability? If it's just a tablet, then you lost me.
Well, sure. I mean, like I said, iPods and Kindle Fires, all of those things have it.
Yeah. If I could go into somebody's place, and if they've got a smart TV or a Chromecast, and I could connect to their Wi-Fi with this tablet, and I could stream it and play it onto the TV through either the smart TV, Wi-Fi, or through a Chromecast, if I could walk into some place, connect, and play it like that, you got me. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
That's crazy.
That would have been a better direction than this.
Why don't they just do that? That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'd pay $200 for that in a minute.
Easy. Yeah.
But
I would find the money to make that happen.
But it'd turn into Dust Collector after 3 months.
I don't think
Yeah,
so. Not
I don't think so either.
with the extensive back catalog. If he's saying we can get access to all those titles,
all right, but still,
and maybe not necessarily stream them, but say like I can stream any of these games included with the basic service. But if I want to buy Super Metroid and have it so that I can play it when I'm not connected to any sort of data, then it's $2.99, $1.99, whatever it is, just a couple of microtransaction level stuff.
Sure.
Okay, but here's my point. How much gaming time do you have now? And are you gonna sit down and play that handheld, whether it's on your hands or plugged into your TV, instead of jumping online, play the newest, latest, greatest AAA title? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's one reason that kept me from ever buying a Vita, other than the fact that now there's hardly any games for them. But like, that's the thing. It's like, when am I gonna fucking play it? Like, when I game, I'm gaming on my console, or the odd time I do play on my PC. That's the thing. I mean, the people like that have jobs and have families, and like those people that have limited gaming time, are you really going to go back and play a fucking 20-year-old game?
No, here's the thing: is that the Vita was programmed and merchandised around playing the same games that you could play on the console.
Right? No.
With this.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's one thing that kept me from purchasing when there was some games that was only on Vita, or the fact that you could play similar games, whatever. But the fact that my gaming time is going to be on my main console, I'm not going to be going, like, are you really going to say, oh, instead of jumping on and playing Battlefield 1 or jumping on and playing Grand Theft Auto 5, are you really going to spend the hour or 2 hours of your gaming time going back and playing 20-year-old games on a tablet?
No.
Not all the time, no.
Not all the time, but
right.
And there's another facet to this idea as well. You talked earlier about how, say for example, my son doesn't have a lot of experience with these old Nintendo classics and stuff. With a device like this, that gives Nintendo direct and easy access to an entire new generation
and
of kids, where these games will be awesome to those kids.
But that's where
type of device.
Right, but that's where the NES Classic comes in. That's what that was all about.
But that's
now
extremely
limited. In my house.
Right, it's limited. But this is also now with the Switch, with their monthly subscription service, the fact that you're going to be able to play those old games on the Switch. But like I said, they're ripping off the fan base.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
But if we're talking hypothetical with this idea of this super retro tablet with the extreme back catalog, that to me is the most advantageous and possibly lucrative way that you could ever cash in on nostalgia.
Well, that'd actually probably get me. I mean, I know my wife would want one, so we'd have one at the house because my wife would want one. And I'm not saying I'd never play it. I'm not saying I wouldn't look at, oh yeah, I want to go play some old school Nintendo games or whatever.
Clean out the magazine rack in the bathroom, son.
Well, there you go. You want to take your smartphone to the shitter anymore. But I'm saying it's the fact that people with limited gaming time, it's like, are you really gonna say, I'm gonna go and plug my tablet into my TV, or am I gonna grab my PlayStation 4 controller and fire it and play Battlefield? If
I feel like playing a different, because whenever I play, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna play on my console today. It's, I want to play this game,
right?
I want to play that game. So yeah, absolutely. If I've got access to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, GameCube, Nintendo 64, if I've got access to all four of those and the titles that were on them, or even just like the major titles, then fuck yeah, there's going to be some games that I really feel like playing. For instance, fucking GoldenEye, Star Fox, Ocarina of Time, going back to play any of the Super Nintendo classics, fucking Killer Instinct, like I can play any of those at any time.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm so glad that that's the SNES game that came out of your face first. I love you, man. That's what I'm talking. That's my jam, dude.
Yeah. So
I get it, and
to me less of a am I gonna console or tablet game today. It's what do I feel like playing.
Right. But I'm saying there's maybe it's just me, but I'm just saying to me it seems like I'm not going to go and play a 25-year or 20-year-old game, 25-year-old game when I can go and jump on it and play the newest games. Like there's going to be some people that, like you said, I'm going to play whatever. And I mean, the urge comes to me, I'll fire up the PlayStation and I'll play fucking one of my older games, or I'll play one of the silly fucking PlayStation Plus titles we got, and that's what I'll do. I'm back playing one of the old arcadey baseball games because that's what I wanted to play. It's going to be there. but like I said, over time, I don't think you're generally going to go back and play those old games all the time. I think that it get old fast, the same way the Wii and the Wii U get old fast. To me, that's my opinion. I'm not saying
maybe.
it's. I mean, it could be totally different. If that was handed to me, I could be like, "Holy shit, yes, I'm all in. Let's do it." And I'm saying I, wouldn't do it. To me, it just seems after a while, I'd be like, I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna play this instead. To me, that's what happened a lot, and that's like the Wii. That's what happened to the Wii. I'm not gonna fucking stand in my living room and fake bowl when I can fucking sit on my chair and play my PlayStation. It's just like I said. That's the other side of it. It is to be a lot of collecting dust. It's gonna be sitting there, but I mean, yeah, if the whole back catalog was available for a small subscription fee, I think they'd be smart. But yeah, this whole you get to play it for a month. Yeah, well.
Yeah, and you can't choose which games either. That's another big failing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope that month your favorite game is available. You don't get stuck at work every fucking night of the week.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We've been digging real deep on Nintendo.
This was our longest podcast yet.
Yeah.
Because
of Nintendo, ironically.
We just shot all over Nintendo for like 45 minutes.
I think we also you came up with possibly the single greatest idea I've ever heard you come up with. That's a fantastic hypothetical.
You're talking about the mirror, the selfie stick, and the waterproof GoPro.
What else would I be talking?
Oh, okay.
Second greatest idea, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, but really, if we're talking about Nintendo specifically, but if we say the back catalog for any system, I would say that'd be incredibly marketable.
I'm saying I'm not saying that I wouldn't buy one if it was a sensible priced piece of hardware with a sensible subscription or purchasing ability for a lot of those old games. I could see me buying one.
Well, even without a subscription, if you paid $150 or even it's a steep, I would say, but $200 for this tablet thing, but you had access in the form of something similar to PlayStation View. If you had access to all these titles when you're connected, but like he said, you do microtransactions to where they would really make the money. If you pay $3, $4, $5 for these classics to download them onto the tablet, to play them offline, that would negate the need for a subscription fee.
Well, yeah,
they'd be making
either one.
And it also opens it up to people that live in like rural areas. Because where I live, a lot of people don't have high-speed internet, but they still want to be, a part of, they want to play games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that it'd have to be one or the other, but if the option was to either have it a decent subscription fee or the ability to purchase at a decent, cost-effective price. I mean, I could see one being in my house.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not saying I never would or would not. I mean, it would happen if there was something that was that sensible.
We say this a lot, Nintendo, but if you're listening, you're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Just give me the device and like free whatever I want.
Yeah,
you're gonna make millions off of me.
You can just PM the information to me on YouTube, and I'll get everyone's addresses out for the big cash checks you want to send us whenever this comes to fruition. That's not a problem.
I'm gonna make a Shark Tank deal. I want $5 off of every unit you sell.
There you go. All right. Well, it's been an incredibly long podcast. For those of you that have stuck through, thank you very much, and well done for surviving this long.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to us goons. So thank you guys very much. As always, if you have any comments, questions, any other ideas, if you want to steal our idea, let us know first. Be polite. Let us know in the comments any of the stuff that you guys think or want to tell us. Also, this podcast is going to be available on our SoundCloud account. So you can get it there through the app for SoundCloud, so you can listen to it on the go, in the car, what have you. And the links for everything that we've talked about is going to be put in the description. So all the information you guys need is there. So thank you very much for listening again, and we will see you guys next time.
Later.
Hey, go fuck yourself, Nintendo.